Greetings and salutations. I am Bernie Bro, and I want to talk about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez today in relation to Bernie Sanders. Um, Several months ago, podcast host Joe Rogan did a dual endorsement of Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard. Both very good choices for president. Either way, I'm a Bernie Bro. I'm kind of a Tulsi bro and kind of wish they'd team up, Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard. You hear me say that over and over. When it comes to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I thought it was awesome that she defeated Joe Crowley in the Democratic primaries in 2018. A Democratic socialist, a feisty, in a very good way, a feisty attitude woman that sits there and speaks her mind about democratic socialism. And it was just awesome. I mean, she instantly became the Bella Abzug of the 21st century. And if you don't know who Bella Abzug was, she was a pioneer second wave feminist from the she was a congresswoman from New York in the 1970s. Difference between AOC and Bella Abzug is that AOC is prettier. I know, trying to be. She's tiptoe away from her endorsement recently, and it was over the Joe Rogan endorsement of Bernie Sanders, as if Joe Rogan is a bad guy. Now, there was a time I did not particularly care for Joe Rogan, and it was about 20 years ago when he was on Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher, and he was talking shit about David McReynolds, the Socialist Party USA presidential candidate in year 2000. David McReynolds died in 2018, and rest in peace, David. And I didn't care for him for many years, but I started watching the podcast in the last couple of years, and I've been pretty damn impressed with the guests, and they range from left to right. Even some of the right-wing people I don't care for, I'm glad that he's an honest player, and he have him on the show, and they'll discuss ideas. Hell of a lot more respect for Joe Rogan than I do, Dave Rubin, who claims he's interested in ideas, but do not have anybody on the left on his show and made it a safe space for right-wingers. But Joe Rogan was fair. He had left-wingers and right-wingers and people who do not fit in any political category on his program, and it was always insightful to listen to. Joe Rogan is not a right-winger. He may have leaned libertarian right 20 years ago economically, but he's not a right-winger at all. My goodness. And to get mad at Bernie Sanders for being on the Joe Rogan show and for getting an endorsement from Joe Rogan, you're going to be mad. You're going to be mad at Joe Rogan over this shit. Bernie Sanders over the shit with Joe Rogan, but you're not going to get mad at Joe Biden, who fucking palled around with the biggest son of a bitch U.S. Senator, Jesse Helms, Jim Crow, product of the Southern strategy, part of what made the Republican Party a Southern party. That is Jesse Helms. That's who he palled around with, Joe Biden. Joe Biden pounding around with Jesse Helms is 1,000 times. I mean, do not turn into Elizabeth Warren. Do not do what Elizabeth Warren did. AOC, you're still. I'm not really mad, but I'm frustrated. I mean, I sound like I'm mad. I mean, I love the fact that you're a troublemaker in Congress. I love the fact that you piss off the right-wing Republicans. I love the fact that you piss off Nancy Pelosi. And if you go and primary Chuck Schumer in the U.S. Senate, I will be happy. But don't walk away from Bernie Sanders. I mean, I hate to say it like this. Bernie Sanders is the reason you are a member of Congress. He inspired you. He inspired the other members of the squad and current left-wing members of the Congress that have been around prior to the squad. Bernie Sanders inspired this movement, and to go and to screw him over because I think you must have had some bad advisors. And I mean, honestly, shame on you, AOC, for doing that. I mean, I'm really, really disappointed. And I mean, I love the fact that you piss off CNN and you piss off The View and you piss off Fox and Friends, but don't try to piss me off. I mean, don't the Bernie Sanders is what caused this movement, and there will be far less Democratic Socialists and far less Social Democrats. Same thing. In the United States, and we are desperately needed. Let's see on the live chat. What's up, Daryl? One of my favorite Facebook people. What's up? Anyway, I've said my piece. I'm making a plea. Don't walk away from Bernie Sanders. Please don't do that. I mean, I mean, I have bragged. I said, I love AOC. I work graveyard shift. I sleep better in the daytime knowing she's causing trouble in Washington, D.C. Good kind of trouble. And I wish that she wouldn't have done that. But if you haven't voted yet in the various states and with the primary, please vote for Bernie Sanders. And everyone, for a nonviolent revolution. And be sure to invest in a yellow vest, because we need a yellow vest movement here in this country. Peace for a nonviolent revolution. Please comment away, good, bad, or indifferent. Take care and subscribe.